Shalom Yashrala, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here video, short lesson real quick, not going to be long, but nevertheless, this is something that I came across the other day. And, I've actually seen a video like this where, one of the brothers forwarded the video, but it was, basically an Edomite, and there was no telling where he was located and everything else. He might have explained it. Nevertheless, we saw what was in the video, but this was something that I wound up encountering myself, all right, just the other day. Walked into Walgreens and everything else like that. And then this was at a Walgreens. All right. Now, a lot of the times they put things out there first, it's like bait in the water, so-called softcore things in a softcore way. All right. But then have way more because I was meditating on this as I was seeing it, I had a couple questions, but they'll put things out in a softcore way. All right, to get you so-called acclimated with it, and then all of a sudden, they use it, they weaponize it and use it against you because you're already, used to it, so it don't seem all that threatening unto you. All right, but nevertheless, like I said, this was something that I seen in the video, but I actually came across this the other day walking through the Walgreens, and you can probably check this out in your local Walgreens area and everything else like that. Maybe some other locations and stores as well may have them now. Hey, and if it do, drop something in the comment, section, just spread the word. But nevertheless, this here is in Florida in America, you know what I'm saying, just at the local Walgreens. So there's two quick short videos, really no sound to it, and this was me actually recording. So some of the things I want to point out, with these videos of the empty shelves and everything else like that, and how they're putting up these little fake signs up against the little empty shelves and everything else like that. That was one thing I kind of thought of and everything else like that, as far as, they're just trying to hide certain things. And, this is probably why they have these, because what you're looking at on the screen right now where it says pizza and they have all this stuff on there, these are like TV screens, all right? It's like a digital advertisement board. So sometimes they'll move and change and everything else like that, so you can't really see through these things for one. All right, but nevertheless, you can't even tell. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the way it's set up, because whatever's on the screen is what's inside the, what they have in there. But as far as you can't see what's inside of there, as far as the quantity of it, how much is left, because you can look at this right here and not know that it's empty on the inside. All right, but there's some things I want to point out. All right, now at the very top where it says pizza, all right, you got up there at the top. There's like a camera. All right, that's looking at you. And then there's also one of those little scanners, all right, that's, basically taking your temperature. All right, now I remember a couple years back, going into the DMV, like right when the pandemic started, all right, going into DMV, they had the little handgun, not to say thermometer, but they was checking your temperature with this little, hand. It looked like, when you go to the store and they scanning your products and stuff like that. It's pretty much something like that, right, that they was using to check your temperature. But then I went back to the DMV a little bit later at a different point in time, and they pretty much had this same thing here over top of the doorway, all right? And so what you would do is as soon as you just walk in the DMV, all right, they've already then scanned you in or whatever, they check your temperature and everything else like that, all right? But nevertheless, some of the questions that popped up into my mind when looking at these things is, and I'll open the doors and everything else like that. It's, like I said, it's a short little video, but, why do they have this on every single door? All right. Like I said, the little camera thing at the top, like I said, I seen the same thing before, maybe a year or so, maybe about a year ago. But nevertheless, like I said, they had it at the entry part where you walk inside the DMV. So why not just have this? If you're trying to check for people, and their temperatures and everything, make sure they're not sick and everything else, like, why not put it on the top of the door of the Walgreens when you walk in? Because they already got the shit there to pick up your motion to open the sliding doors anyway. So why not just, instead of paying for it, however many doors they got, just get one at the main door and you'll be all right. But notice they have one on every single door. Now, above the handle of this here door, all right, there's another thing for you to either one, press your finger on there, or the other one, just wave your hand in front of it. All right. Now, if you notice where these two scanners are at, it's on the right hand side. All right. Where your right hand would be, where the handle is at and everything else like that. And then also the scanner is up at the top where it's coming down and reading your forehead. All right. And we'll get into that in the scriptures and everything else. But let me let these two videos play real quick. And another thing I noticed was like, yo, why do they have it on every single door? Like, what are you gonna have to do? Scan to make sure you're not sick from the time you go to the first door, to the second door, to the third door. What if I, open door number 2 and the ice cream I want ain't in there? Y'all gotta check me again when I just scoot over to go to open up door number 3. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing this for? But again, like I said, they like to roll things out in a so-called soft-core way. All right, so, they could put this out here for so-called fun and entertainment. Because I asked the chick at the counter about it. Like, yo, what's that about in the back? She's like, oh, I don't know. It's something new that they're doing. I don't know. I think it's stupid, right? But, she didn't have too much to say about it. But nevertheless, it's like this is more or less in a soft-core way. Oh, they got the digital advertisements. They can have little commercials on there. Maybe they got the camera up there to put your face on there, make fun of you and your, certain little things where it's a joke and people just laugh at it at that point in time, not knowing the other things that's behind it. Just like with a lot of the tools that we use nowadays, like with the Snapchat and the Snapchat filters, like, yeah, because that's going into that facial recognition. You think that's something for your luxury or your pleasure, but it's really a tool used against you. All right. But nevertheless, hey, this is what this here is going into, man. All right, but if you notice, every last one of these doors have these things at the top. Every last one of them have a fingerprint and a hand scanner. All right, and these doors are pretty damn thick, too. You can't see through these damn doors. Like, when you look on the other side, it's just a reflection on the inside. Like I said, they got the whole damn... If I was to turn to the right, there's more of these doors down there. See, look. You got your little hand waiver and a little microphone and a scanner. Why the hell would you need all this here stuff to get inside the damn ice cream box or the pizza box? You see what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself about these things. And why are these doors so damn thick like this, man? All right, what are you doing? Play this second video. Seeing if you could catch that on the screen. We're not going to talk about it, but hey. There's a little camera up at the top. Let me see if I can get back there. So you got to... I get a closer view. You got a camera up at the top, in the middle, or on the left side, and then you have the scanner thing on the right side. Boom. All right, and then they have another camera right here over top of that. All right, so why do they need so much? Why would you, like, from a business perspective, why would I invest into this much technology on every one of these fucking freezer doors for some little petty shit in there? Think about how much that camera costs, the scanner costs, the door costs, the glass costs, and all that. For what? You know what I'm saying? This ain't what this is going to, this is not going to be the end game goal. People are looking at this right now, but wait till they put these doors on every damn thing, man. All right? Like I said, you can't see through the doors. It's a reflection of the other side. Salaki, give me a second. All right, so let's jump into some scriptures real quick. Like I said, they like to start things off in a so-called soft-core way, but hey, you got to have the spirit of discernment to see what, the writing is on the wall. All right, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Let me grab it because I'm about to chop it all up. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, even though we was telling you about these things over and over again, people was ridiculing us about it, saying that we were conspiracy nuts and that ain't this and that ain't that, or something completely different. All right, they not checking to see if you got a so-called white woman with you. Maybe that's what the cameras are there for, to make sure you married or sleeping with a so-called white woman to be able to get your ice cream. Or maybe, maybe the cameras and things are there for you to see you as a so-called black man in a police uniform and know that you didn't already killed a so-called unarmed black man before you can buy all that. Or maybe it's checking to see if you got your embargo, or if you're a so-called Christian, or, believe in Christianity and carry the so-called white Jesus around. All right, no, that ain't about none of that type of stuff, man. All right. But it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. All right. And what do you see in being implemented? What do you see in the technology and the things being rolled out? All right. Even though they're not calling it, oh, this is for the, the MOTB. This here, we got these here set up so it can run with the MOTB. They ain't saying that, man. All right. And like I said, they just got it out there so-called a soft core way right now, to where, like I said, to give you the best example, the damn Snapchat filters and everything. Oh, it's there to put the little dog ears on you and everything else like that. Hey, for that thing to be able to follow you like that, is following your face and everything else like that. All right, and knowing the parameters of your face and where to put it in the size and everything, man. That's just a facial recognition program that they done wrapped into something that's so-called useful or pleasurable unto you to be able to use, man. Same with these things, man. All right, but at the end, it's going to speak it. It's not going to lie. That's what it was, man. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. So ultimately, hey, we're in the times now where these things are starting to speak loud and clear. All right. And things are moving rapidly right about now, man. All right. So let's go back to Sirach. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll just start back here. Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Again, so like I said, even though it's in a so-called softcore way, or they don't know why they did this and did that, I probably could go back to the Walgreens and ask for management and ask them about it and see what they know about it. But 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, I don't know, it's some shit corporate sent down. It's just the new shit that they coming out with, new technology. It's just some new stuff. Like when they came out with the self-checkout aisles and everything else like that, people were like, oh, we don't know. It's just the new shit they rolling out with, But hey, ultimately, this is why, scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. So we're not going to get caught like a thief in the night, because we're seeing them setting up this here system, preparing for the MOTB, man. We know what this here thing is going into, man. All right. So it says, never trust thy enemy, for like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou know that when his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So again, like I was just saying, man, a lot of things come out in the so-called softcore way. Oh, we're here to help you with this. This is for your advancement and everything else like that. Like, for instance, I'll be hearing these little commercials on the internet talking about tired of all these passwords and forgetting about your passwords. Use the Google Cloud for all your passwords and everything else like that, or so on and so forth. Get a password generator and this and that. I'm like, all right, so look, they're making it seem like, oh, well, it's for your privacy. If you use the same password across all your platforms and it's something easy like your name, your dog's name, your birthday, it's going to be easy for everybody to hack into and everything else like that. But just use us for all of this. I'm like, all right, well, shit. Now y'all got all my passwords to damn everything, man. And all y'all got to say, oh, there was a data hack and breach and everything else like that, man. All right. Just like they would say, oh, it's a lot more dangerous to hide your money under your mattress or in your wallet and things like that. It's better to put it in the bank. Well, at least with having it in my wallet or under my mattress, first of all, you'd have to damn near physically run up on me and try to rob me and take my wallet. I would know about that at that point in time and could at least fight it off. All right. Or you would have to know that I had money under my mattress, know where I live, and then have to plan and plot to get up in there when I'm not there to be able to make a way out and know how much money is in there, versus you putting your money in the bank and at any point in time, they could just freeze your account, take your account and do whatever. And you going to take them to court and fight against them? They got unlimited resources. You see what I'm saying? So it comes out in a so-called, I'm helping you type situation. But at the end of the day, once the smoke clears, he's like, damn, this was a scheme the whole time, and he lured me in. All right. Verse 12 says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at thy last remember my words, be pricked therewith. All right. And so, hey, this is how a lot of people are going to, they make scoffing videos about us. Oh, y'all sound like a broken record. Y'all always talk about this. Y'all think it's that. Y'all think it's this and that. Y'all think it's that. It's June, ain't no chip. But now look what's going on around you. What's coming out, man? All right, what are they saying that you're gonna need? Your little I participated cards can be forged and everything. We need to have a real time thing. And we tired of getting these little Q-tip thingies stuck up our nose, or however they doing these little tests. They tired of these things. We need to have a real time thing that's going to check us and everything else like that. What is the Pentagon saying that they are in development of, having something to be able to check your blood in real time and administer certain doses of, certain things to help you out in that scenario, man. All right. What are they setting up for, man? All right. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the wild... who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any as such as come not to wild beast? All right. So, hey, man, so when you go over here dealing with this man and believing into his stuff, and, you walking through the store nonchalant, and you see these damn coolers or whatever else you see this applying to this here system. All right. But when you start seeing these types of things, this is so cool. It's just a new upgrade and everything else like that. Remember, I had just showed somebody, they're like, oh, that's nice. That's some new technology. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers have no idea what's going on, man. All right. But nevertheless, hey, man, they over here playing with the damn devil. You ain't supposed to trust your enemy, man. Most people don't even know they have an enemy, man. All right. They think there's somebody that wear a different color than you is your enemy, or or I mean, they 2/3 at that point anyway. But nevertheless, you know, somebody who like this type of music or that type of music or this political party or that political party. But ultimately, man, hey, we as a nation have a whole nation of an enemy. Matter of fact, all the other nations are enemies, but there's one in particular, you know what I'm saying, that's you know, has that perpetual hatred for us, man. All right. So let me just go into the point here. Like I said, I'm not gonna make this video long. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Just like we was just seeing in their video, all right, where the little scanner parts was going to be. It was scanning for your forehead, and they were scanning, you know, for your right hand over there for that, you know, where the little door handle was going to be. And I remember, you know, some time back about, you know, when a lot of this technology was coming out, and I was saying, because China has a situation already like this. It's called a Chinese social credit system. All right. And before, like, this was way before the pandemic and everything, but they had an app and everything else like that, the facial recognition going in and out. And with their social credit system, the way it works is pretty much like, you know, they all got this one app that everything is ran through this here app, whether it's ordering food, paying bills, getting paid, everything goes through this here app. All right. So what happens is if your social credit score goes down, all right, low enough, they exclude you from certain things like buying homes, getting rent, going to school, having your kids in school, getting a job, all right, all these different things. So they pretty much exclude you out of the society, all right, for things like littering, what do they say, littering, playing video games and things like that, man, or spending too much time playing video games, not being a so-called productive citizen. And there's a lot of people that's complaining about that here in America. Oh, I need to sit at home being welfare queens and kings and everything else like that. But the point is that, you know, if you was, you know, doing these things that was unacceptable to them and their community, things like that, all right, what would happen was your credit score, social credit score would go down. And again, you would be locked out of certain things, whether it be, again, if you're a student in school, you'll be kicked out of school, or you got kids, they ain't gonna be able to go to school, you're not gonna be able to get rent and everything else like that. So it's more or less like a authentication token, man. Hey, you got to be in good standing to be able to do anything, to be able to shop here, be able to send your kids to school here, to get on the train, the bus, to fly. You know, they can't even fly up out of that place or move or go anywhere else, man. You know, even if you had all the money in the world, we're not gonna allow you to buy no house over here because we know that you're a shitty individual. All you're gonna do is sit in here and drink some Mountain Dew and play video games all goddamn day, man. All right. But nevertheless, as you can see at those doors, like I said, why do they need that on every single door? Why not just check you when you come in the store? All right. Now, when they take these doors off of just that and start putting them everywhere else, like if you live in a high-rise apartment building, in order to get into the lobby there, or get inside, you know, your regular apartment door, or get inside your house or anything else like that, man. All right. Your refrigerator door. All right, all these different things like that, man. Hey, man, these technologies are going to be any and everywhere, or the cars and everything else. Like, we got to know who's got this and who's got that, who participated, who didn't. We got to have these scanners on everything to be able to check these folks, man. It's going to encourage people. Look, we don't have to spend the time and the money on this if everybody would get on board. We got to make sure, because if it's one, like they say, one rotten apple is going to spoil the whole bunch. All right, so, hey, man, we can see how this is playing out. All right, it says, and he calls it all, both small and great. So, like, he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so hey, just from the looks at it, there's gonna be, I mean, they wouldn't have a, you know, you don't put a lock on the door that you don't intend on locking, now, do you? You see what I'm saying? So they can lock each and every one of those damn doors, man, and not let your ass in none of those things, man. All right, and it says, and that no man might buy us. And, you know, I know some people say, well, they, you know, this was Walgreens, you just did an article about it was the crime and everything else like that. But they not coming after the crime for that type of shit. What make you think they're going to spend this type of money to save some goddamn ice cream? All right. And if anything, they could just, because they have stores like that, like you see them a lot of times in the hood and stuff like that, gas stations, like when they get robbed and everything else like that. By the time, you know, the guy got the gun in their face, as soon as they turn around and go run out the door, the clerk will hit a button and it'll lock the doors from the, you know, however way they lock the doors, and they can't get out the damn store. So they stuck in the store. So why not just do that? When you see people trying to run up out the store, you see them stealing, you can't chase them down, just hit the button and lock them in, call the police. All right. But it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. So ultimately, you know, we've already broke down what this here is. All right. And I'm gonna read this just for to point out the things that's gonna happen unto you if you want to partaking in this your system and taking that MOTB. All right, Revelation 14 and 9 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, hey, man, let me read the next verse. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So ultimately, you're going to receive a nuke bath, man. All right. You're going to be cleansed in the fires of Babylon, man. All right. So ultimately, you take that damn MOTB, your ass is going to be missile food, man. All right. And we see that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear, and it's coming at a fast pace, man. All right. So, hey, keep your eye on the times that we're in, man. All right, like Scripture say, measure the time diligently in itself. What manner of conversation should you be in this time? How should you be carrying yourself in these times, man? All right, walking around all nonchalant or getting your things together with the Lord, man. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.